I'll just have to wait for the stream to go up one more sec. Now I can finally click go live. Let's see where the stream starts. And we'll just wait for a couple of people to join, I guess, and then we'll decide what to do. Alex Play, welcome, welcome. Day 1 Z Studios, hello. Okay, seems like we're online, right? City Builder, welcome, welcome, welcome. So as you can tell by the title of the stream, there are two options. We can either work on Will You Snail, make another cool, crazy Will You Snail level, perhaps with a crazy snowman, or I mean, I guess we can come up with something crazy. Or we can also work on Islanders, maybe implement a couple of new mechanics into Islanders, or not new mechanics, obviously, but maybe prototype a couple of new buildings. So I just wanna see the general consensus. Should we keep going on Will You Snail, or should we perhaps work on Islanders a little bit? Would that be a nice change of events? Please leave your vote now. Is the sound mixing fine? Can you hear me? Everything fine? Okay, okay. Bad, welcome with AAOF. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. I mean, if there are no strong opinions in either direction, I guess we'll stick to Islanders, but we can also wait just for a couple more people to join. Okay, I see 2 votes for Islanders, and I see 3 votes for Will You Snail. Is that correct? Okay, that's fine. I guess we'll stick to Will You Snail then. Okay, let's see where we've left this project off. And then here comes Crazy Bartender, which I'll obviously not be able to beat. And then this is the level we made yesterday, which is a little easier on the ice because it doesn't have a crazy amount of flickering, which is pleasant. And then I guess we'll just make another snow level. By the way, which difficulty is this? Okay. Felt a little easy. Maybe I was drunk yesterday. Because obviously this can be done first try. First try. Islander, Snail, both works for me. So excited for your game? You mean Islanders, I guess? Or Will You Snail? Oh man, somebody's gotta count those voices. Is there a way to put up a poll which game we should work on? Islanders or Will You Snail? But I mean, I can't say for certain, but looks like the majority is for Will You Snail? Snail, Islanders. Cool. Maybe I shouldn't have started playing this because now I feel inclined to beat this level again. So do you have any cool ideas for a Will You Snail level we could make? Should we do another crazy mini boss with a snowman that's chasing you down or something? Oh, by the way, why are there no snowflakes in this level? I thought the winter levels had snowflakes falling from the sky. I just realized that's missing. Strange. Very strange. Also, I think I can see the face of the AI in the background. Slightly, it's just not saying anything. Why is that? Ah! Ah, see, easy, first try. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'll check out the level styler real quick, see if I can identify the bug. Because here's where the particles are spawned. Particle snow front, particle snow back. Oh, maybe those particle systems are not simulated. Might that be it? Yeah, that might be the case. I mean, if that's all we've got to do, updating these particle systems, then let's do it. And then hopefully we'll have snow. How about making some AI voice lines? I think I'm still having some issues with streaming content from Cubase, because Cubase does not kind of shuts down all of the audio inputs and outputs, and then you can't hear anything of what I'm doing probably. Gotta sort that out first. But that would probably be fun as well, coming up with voice lines on stream. I'm sure you would have a lot of good ideas for that. Probably better ideas than me. Something with aliens, with UFOs. Aliens that abduct you into the UFO, basically. Yeah. A gravity switching level or a portal level. That sounds like cool mechanics, but that also sounds like opening Pandora's box. This is pretty much the end of the game. And if we introduce a crazy mechanic like that, then it feels a little weird not to explore that mechanic more thoroughly, right? So what we're looking for is more of a casual mechanic that we can, or a casual gimmick that we can use for one level. Where the snail leaves the trail, which slows him down if he backtracks and trail stays after respawn. I see. That sounds like a negative feedback loop. The more you, or no, it's a positive feedback loop. The more you lose, the harder the level gets. I just wanted to check if we have snow now. Yes, we have snow. Doesn't that look beautiful? Finally, we have snow. Okay, let's not try to beat that level again. We've been there. Do you know how to make a ragdoll player character in Unity? No, but I think there are some good tutorials on that out there, right? Why is snow level so calm after all the glitchy levels? I'm pretty much doing that to contrast the glitchy levels. It looks beautiful, but you know, lol. Exactly, that's pretty much the effect I'm going for. Hello, I didn't miss again, the dark guy. Welcome to the stream. No, you didn't miss again. Okay, I think we should probably start building something. I mean, we could discuss all day long. How about we do an alien snowman? Would that be a compromise? Also, maybe we should take a sec to rename these levels properly. This is glitchy, the glitchy spikes level. This is the falling level. This is the glitchy disco. Then here we have the bartender, which is a disco level as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then here we have 5. Calm snow, which gives you gives your eyes a little bit of a break from all that glitchiness. Because after that we'll have a couple of glitchy underwater levels, where that's gonna be pretty fun. Calm snow, and as this is a little bit of meant to work as a little bit of a downtime from all of the other crazy glitchiness, maybe we can try not to make this level all that stressful as well, either. But we'll see, maybe the alien snowman can just be a little bit of a troll. Okay, did we remove everything? Yes, I think so. I think I want this level to be a little smaller. And let's start out by placing a couple of walls. The UFO could also be an ice cream car. Snowman with weapon instead of his carrot. Yeah, I like that idea. Snowman Mafia on the left. Ah, Snowman Mafia on the left and on the right was shooting each other like you are in the middle of a crossfire and you try to make them kill each other so you can go to the exit. Awesome, you sold me on that idea. Let's do it. So that means we need to start a little further up. But wait, wouldn't that be a better level for one of the more stressful, glitchy levels? No, we can make this work. There's a way. So imagine this, like you drop down from here, right? And then we have snowmen on both sides that just fire at you and they kill each other. That sounds pretty freaking random and fun. Let's remove the AI for now. Okay, nice. So I think having a little bit of a stair layout here makes sense because then the snowman can all shoot at the center here without shooting snowman on the own side, right? How does a Mafia snowman look like though? That's the question that we'll have to answer. Okay, does this all fit on one screen? Maybe we should try to move this a little closer together so we can see everything at once. Hey D, I remember you. You were here yesterday, or was it yesterday? But you definitely were here. Mafia hat, gold, jewelry, okay. Doesn't sound too hard. So I imagine this could be a very short level. A challenging yet short level. You basically just have to go to the exit here. But there will be a ton of stuff shooting at you. And Mafia Snowman killing each other. That sounds fun, that sounds fun. Okay, let's get down the basic snowman shape. And we'll use snail style. That does not look like a carrot. Could also be identified as a cigar or something. I guess that's fine as well. I feel like the eyes shouldn't be that evil. Let's just make some normal eyes here. Cool. No worries, he'll get arms later. We'll just create a sprite for those separately. I feel like first of all we should prototype the gameplay to see if it works. Mafia Snowman. He's ready. Let's put those onto the traps layer. I'll put one here. And then we'll also put one here, here, and here. I mean, we could also put a couple more here, but that would mean this one would instantly kill this one when they start shooting at you. I guess that's fine. I just realized we need to rotate those or flip those so they look in the correct direction. This is pure art, man. I know. But don't worry. In-game, everything looks awesome due to post-processing. What program are you using? Yeah, this is Game Maker Studio too. Does he get bigger the more he moves? That sounds like a really awesome mechanic, but that's probably for a different game, for a different time. What the hell is this? Why is this bug happening here? That is really, really strange. And I can't really tell even which room I am because the game just crashes. I just want to have a look at my beautiful snowman in game, come on.
Alright, try to give me a challenge, will you?
So after this level we should have the snowman. So now if I click to the next level, why is there only something wrong in that level and not in this level? Didn't I just duplicate this level? Area index must be positive. Maybe I cannot place walls that far out. But that's the only idea I have. Let's try again. Was it to do with the sprite index? See. Can't place those walls this far out because I use that to generate a collision grid to speed up some of the particles. Okay, see, that actually looks quite nice with post-processing, I agree. Without post-processing, it looks a little boring, let's see. Now it magically looks somewhat acceptable. Okay, now let's create a sprite we can use for the shots. Or maybe there already is one we can use. Maybe we can just use one of these squares. So I guess I'll just create a new one. That's probably a better idea. Create sprite, snowman shot. Doesn't really need to be anything special. We can just do a white line with a bit of yellow or something. And then they'll shoot that out here. Oh, definitely need to select rectangle with rotation here because these shots will be rotated. That's one of the advantages of GameMaker, that implementing some things is relatively quick. On the other hand, you lose a lot of time on other things, so guess it balances out a little bit. In general, in bigger projects, I feel like you lose more time than you earn with GameMaker. Snowman shot. Cool. Maybe we can just say whenever that collides with a wall, it'll destroy itself. Instance destroy. And then the rest of the firing can be done right here. And on which layer do we want to create the shots? On the spikes layer. Snowman shot, and then we'll set the shot direction and the shot speed equals to... Oh, we need a little bit of an offset, I guess. Otherwise, the snowman will be shooting out of their feet, which is not exactly what we want. And in GameMaker, we can just say shot.direction equals point direction from shot.x, shot.y to player .x object player.y. That will make the shot move towards the player. And then we also rotate the image. Image angle equals shot.direction. And shot.speed will be pretty high, something like 20. Want those shots to be quite fast, and then maybe we can randomize the direction a little bit. Plus 20 minus random 40. And then these shots will also remember who fired them, so they can't just instantly kill themselves. That would be dumb. Shot dot fired by equals ID. And when a shot collides with a snowman, we'll check if fired by is not the other snowman. And the snowman will be destroyed, or not destroyed, but moved very, very far away. I don't destroy them because that makes them easier to reset them to their starting position. And the shot itself will be destroyed though. Now all we've got to do when the level resets, almost done by the way. With object they're not called that object snowman. Ah no, Mafia snowman. With object Mafia snowman. We'll set that enabled to false so it doesn't fire all of the time. And we'll also set x equals to start x, or x start y to y start. When these shots are outside of the room, we want them to be destroyed so they don't eat up any performance. I'm still focused. Can you tell? Isn't that awesome? We're making progress, I feel like. And for now, I'll not make these shots kill the player because I want to test if everything works as intended. Now, one more thing we have to do real quick is we'll have to trigger when the snowman starts shooting. I'll just do that with an invisible square or something and just say here, if we collide with the player, then with object snowman, Mafia snowman, do enabled equals true. And if I wrote that correctly, then in theory the snowman should start shooting, because then they are enabled and then they execute their shooting script. Let's put that in here. Definitely should be triggered when you touch the ground here. And definitely should be triggered when you try to escape here. Okay, that looks somewhat reasonable. I could also just place it at the top here, but then there will probably be some weird exploits where you just dip in here short and then go back up or something, because you have a double jump, so you can go back up after falling in there. We don't want that to happen. That's why I put it a little further down, that trigger zone. And probably we also don't want that trigger to be visible, so let's remove that. Cool, let's test it out. Is this C# code? No, it's GML, yeah. Already answered that question D for me, very nice. Yeah, I used Unity we used Unity for Islanders as well. I am happy to say hello. Well, I am happy you said hello as well. And Jaleco's here as well. Hi. Welcome, welcome. Is it possible to make a 3D platformer in Unity? Yes, of course, that's possible. That's what Unity is for making all kinds of games. What have I decided to work on? Will You Snail. The decision was basically between, should we work on Islanders, should we work on Will You Snail? And as far as I could tell, the majority was for working on Will You Snail. Interesting. Like, geez, these snowmen die really quickly. Maybe they should have 2 lives. And their their spread is a little insane. Okay, maybe they shouldn't have more lives, because dodging all of that will be pretty hard. Like, how will you even dodge all of that? Let's try what happens when these shots kill you. Will probably be a little bit hard. Congratulations on releasing Islanders. Will you be at the Amaze Game Jam Festival in Berlin next week? And no, I'll not be there because I do not live in Berlin at the moment.
Come on, that shouldn't be all that hard on normal difficulty. Why are you so stupid?
Yeah, so that that will be quite a challenge. Oh no, you can abuse these snowmen a little bit. Sometimes some of the remaining shots kill some of the snowmen. Let's fix that. Room reset with object snowman shot do instance destroy. Now that shouldn't be exploitable anymore. Obviously these snowmen still need some awesome death animations. Is paying for Unity worth it? No, you don't need to pay for Unity. The only exception is when you actually start making money with Unity, then you're required to get a license. But other than that, it's not worth it. Did I just really do that? Did I just get so lucky?
You've got to try harder than this. This never gets old.
Although now the talking face is back now. Maybe it just ran out of voice lines last time.
OMG, why do you keep dying there?
Okay, let's try a couple of things. I think this is not balanced properly at the moment. First of all, let's give these Mafia Snowman HP. Let's say they have 2 HP. When they get hit, they lose HP. Other dot HP minus equals 1. And if other dot HP equals or smaller or equal to 0, they will disappear. That's probably a better way to do it because then we can reset the HP value more easily. In room reset, Mafia Snowman needs to get his HP back, of course. Well, as they can all take 2 shots now, what we should do is reduce the amount of shots fired. Maybe make them a little slower so we can have a better chance of dodging them. And also I feel like the spread should be reduced quite significantly. Let's try a lot less spread, so it doesn't look quite as random. At the moment it looks very, very random. Why aren't you doing this game in Unity? I get that question a lot. The short answer is I started making this game in GameMaker because I thought it would be a short project, but then it turned out to be a bigger project. And next time I'll use Unity because Unity is definitely a bit better for big projects. A little easier to manage bigger projects. But Don't get me wrong, Game Maker's a cool engine for small 2D games and for prototyping stuff quickly. It can be pretty epic. Okay, that still feels like a ton of projectiles. Moving walls so the player can use skill to hide behind them.
Not even close.
I'm definitely trying to add a little bit more skill into that level. These snowmen here don't really give you enough reaction time. I do not like them. Let's get rid of them. How the hell are you supposed to dodge something that spawns right next to you, right? Okay. The walls can start moving after you pass the trigger line. I mean, there's no mechanic that allows you to cling onto a wall or something.
Opening bracket, not closing bracket, making humanity proud.
How would you stay behind the wall? Oh, also, maybe he's hiding in here. A bit of an exploit. Ah, nice. I feel like now it should already be possible. Already feels a lot fairer. Still quite hard, but hard is what we were going for. Okay, now we have an issue because there's only one snowman remaining and it's the one that's blocking the way. Dang it. How do we prevent that? I have an idea. We just do that with smart level design. If a problem can be solved with smart level design instead of doing something complicated, then I always prefer that option because I'm lazy. I'm lazy. For a second I thought maybe we could just kill the last snowman as well if there's just one remaining. But then I thought about it some more and figured, hey, we'll just put an exit on both sides. That will solve the issue as well. because at least one of those exits will be free, right? And if not, then you still have two snowmen that can shoot at each other, and you can free that exit. Okay. I think I want to make these projectiles a little bigger. Let's see how that will look. I have no idea. Let's just try it out. Yep, that's Game Maker Studio 2. Now it looks interesting. Do you think we managed to balance it correctly now?
Make humans great again.
I definitely feel like this is a cool challenge now. Doesn't feel too unfairly hard, but it definitely feels a bit like a mean troll level. It's still possible to dodge everything.
Absolutely desperate.
Obviously what this game needs is some cool effects for when the snowmen kill each other. That's what's definitely lacking here, and a couple of sound effects that will make it a lot more fun as well. I like that you can hide in these corners here, but that still leaves you vulnerable to attacks from the other side. I think that's interesting. See, now we can leave here. We did it.
What a shame.
It's a fun little level. I like it. It feels really random as well. But random in a good way. I feel like the snowmen on the right hand side always win. Do they have an additional snowman? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, they have one more. Okay, that makes sense. That's why they keep winning. Maybe we should give the other side another snowman to even it out a little bit. We don't want to have an unfair fight here. Where do we put him though? Are you studying computer science? No, I've been studying game design for about 3 years, and then I dropped out and decided to try making games on my own. Because thing is, you don't really need a degree to make indie games on your own, and I was pretty sure that that was what I wanted to do. So I just took the risk, more or less, and quit. I mean, this level is getting easier and easier the more I play it. Maybe we should give Snowman 3 lives. Why is this so easy all of a sudden? Okay, it's not super duper easy. Okay, I take it back. I take everything back. I was probably just lucky. Oh, nice, 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 nice. You can perform some skilled moves though. No! Okay, so there's still a couple of things to do. We can obviously give them arms, add some cool effects when they are killed, and maybe add some quick placeholder sound effects that I'll replace later, but I feel like this level is definitely lacking sound effects. And then maybe we can also still find a way to make these shots look even a bit cooler. Maybe this was a bit too much. And maybe there's a better color for this as well. Bills to pay the skills. Maybe add more feedback when the snowmen die. Yeah, definitely, I agree. When you complete the level, maybe show how many times you died. 30 times, really? Yeah. One thing that maybe you haven't noticed yet is that whenever you die, you can see the number of deaths flickering in the background. I'm at 68 deaths right now. Now it's 69. And now it will be 70. But I agree, the AI should probably make comments about that. That's something I'll do once the gameplay is down, though. I think that will be one of the last things I'll do for this game. Because then I can do all of the voice lines in one batch if I know which voice lines I need. Okay, let's add a quick sound effect and then let's add guns, because both of those things are quite strange as long as they're not there. Play sound. Which sound will we play? One of these plop sounds, I don't know, maybe they are a good placeholder. Or we'll just go for one of these laser sounds. As far as I remember, they don't really sound like laser sounds anyway. And what I'm doing now is just making sure you can control the volume of that sound effect in the settings. Because if I don't implement that now, I'll probably forget about it later. Next up, let's add an arm to the snowman. Duplicate. arm. And the arm should probably go somewhere here. Oh yeah. That's the stuff. Now these snowmen will first draw themselves, and then they will draw their gun, draw self. And then spur Mafia Snowman arm. Cool. Now the question is, where will we put the arm? So you want to know the direction from the arm position to the player. And that's also where we'll draw the arm. And then I'll multiply that with image X scale, because for the snowman on the right hand side, they are flipped and they need to have the arm on the other side. Let's check how that looks. Oh, two different parties in that Mafia battle. Where are your arms? Okay, these firing sounds, they're not really perfect, but they... At the very least, there's something now that makes it feel a little better. Where are your arms? Give me your arms. Why can we not see any arms? Ah. Did I confuse those two? Yep. Verflucht. Writing in German is fine, by the way. I don't really have anything to say against that. Oh my god, what are they doing with their arm? I'll just answer in English if that's okay. What the hell are you doing with your arms? Oh. Oops. I'm surprised that even worked. So you wanted to wish us congratulations for Islanders. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. Make particle effects for killing Snowman, yeah, we'll do that as well. Good point. Maybe add some cover or more platforms to make the encounter with the Snowman more skillful and interesting. I think it is already quite skillful and interesting. I am not sure more cover would make that better. Why are these arms jittering all of the time? Oh no, do I still have the random jitter behind that? Oops. That explains a lot. Also, seems like the arm still needs to go a little further up. 65 maybe. Not quite as far back. It's a little annoying in Game Maker. You oftentimes need a lot of trial and error to figure certain stuff out. What the hell is with the snowmans on the right? Then we should also probably just make sure they don't point their guns too far up or down. Oh, come on, what are you doing? What am I using for this fluorescent color like? It's just a bit of bloom, honestly, see? But that's how it actually looks without post-processing. And there's just a bit of bloom on top of that. Come on, I just want to fix those stupid arms. X scale, Y scale. Okay, let's see. I wish there was a more elegant way to do this, but I guess there's not. So let's just do an if clause here. Is it fixed now? I hope so. You're just too lazy to write in English. I understand. That's fine. Nice. Finally, they're pointing at me correctly, but it doesn't make any sense that they can see me up here. We basically only need to do that if they are enabled. Otherwise, they'll just point straight forward with their gun. Hey man, have a good day. I wish the same to you. Apex Gamer. Yeah, this is Game Maker Studio at the moment. Bigger guns look more badass. You think we should make them bigger? I think they're kinda cute at the moment. I wonder if maybe they could be looking at something, a suitcase or something lying in the center there, and then they start shooting at you once you grab that. Don't know if that's a stupid idea or not. Like, why would they have a standoff like that and just start shooting the moment I drop in there? Maybe there's a snowman standing in the center trying to stop them. And then you crush that snowman when you stomp in from the top or something crazy like that. But also maybe it doesn't really matter all that much. It just feel nice, I guess. Dang it! Hiding down here is a relatively decent strategy, but problem is then they don't hit each other. Now I'm just addicted to playing this level again and can't make any progress on the actual coding side. Is it possible to rush these levels? Can I just run out there? Oh yeah. No, we don't want that. We'll just make sure that the snowman kill the player as well, so we can't touch those either. Next up, let's see what happens when we give snowman on opposing sides different colors. I haven't forgotten about that. Let's see if we'll even be able to tell the difference between those two colors. I think they should only be slightly different, probably, right? Put the arms a little bit higher. Okay, we can do that. Maybe some blood. Yeah, I thought about that as well. It would be really fun to have a giant massacre. Don't take that out of context, please. Please don't take that out of context. Oh god, what have I done? What do you mean they are holding a glass at first look? Yeah, I know, now I know what you mean. Especially after the bartender level, right? You could think that they're holding a little... a little glass. Yeah, okay, I can see it now.
Would you be so kind and start moving? Now.
Maybe they shouldn't kill each other initial... What do you mean? You mean maybe they could already be fighting when you drop in? Ah, you mean the snowmen that are shooting each other from behind? I mean, we can make sure that they can't kill anyone from their own team. That would be an easy fix, if that's what we want. Guess that would make them last a little longer. Yeah, I like that they have different colors now. That definitely helps. You were right. Okay, let's actually do that. Let's just tell them that they can't kill any one of their teammates, which is a relatively easy fix. We'll just give them a team variable. We don't even need a team variable. We can use their image angle or their image flipping as a team. So whenever they fire a shot, fired by, we'll change that to team. So there's team 1 and team -1 basically. Okay, now they won't kill any one of their teammates, which should make them last a little longer. Just for the sake of the experiment, let's also give them 3 lives, because this level is clearly still possible. We've got to change that, we've got to make it harder. And somebody suggested to put the arm a little higher. How about we do -70? And you also told me we need to make the gun a little bigger. Okay, let's do that as well. For that, we should probably expand the image a little bit. Maybe something like that. Is that more like what were looking for? Unfortunately, I'm not very good with stuff like that. But I feel like it can't be mistaken for a glass anymore. Let's just see how it looks in game. Looks more fun than I imagined at first. If it comes to the Switch, I'll get it. Same with Islanders. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how difficult it is. I've never ported a game to the Switch. Oh yeah, that's better. Now it doesn't look like they're holding glasses anymore. Yeah, rushing out is definitely not an option anymore because touching a snowman kills you as well. Maybe 3 lives was a little much. One thing I guess we could try is putting a little bit of cover here. Just wondering what happens if we put like we could put here 1 block here. No, but then they can't shoot each other. So if we put cover there, then it would have to be moving cover, and moving cover sounds a little tricky because I've never done that before and could cause probably a ton of glitches if we just implement that. Plus, moving cover doesn't seem to make a lot of sense thematically. Why would there be moving cover in here? That's probably a better idea to just remove the HP value back to 2. 3 was probably a dumb experiment. Are you planning on making this a full-fledged game? Yeah, actually, I'm already quite far with this. This already has about 70 levels, so it's almost complete in terms of content. Will just require a lot more polishing. Obviously, we'll have to make this level a bunch easier on the easier difficulty settings. I hear that all the time, or every now and then, that this is probably way too hard and nobody will play this because it will be way too frustrating.
Very nice.
But just keep in mind that there are difficulty settings.
The simulation is running in rage.
Difficulty is just not very balanced out at the moment.
Rage.
I still feel like we're probably not using the level design to its full potential here. There are probably some easy solutions to this. What if we put platforms up here? But then maybe that snowman up there can't be killed anymore. Okay, but what if we just... Let me try something. And now if we put snowman up there, then jumping up there pretty much has no point either. Whatever, let's see what happens with those platforms there. Why are you calculating 70 factorial? The levels are not randomized. Yeah, 70, not 70 factorial. I don't know where you're getting that from. Okay, I mean, in theory, this gives us some more movement options, which should make it a little more skill-based. Why do I keep dying so quickly? That's probably because I have no skill. Why the hell wasn't I better before? Does my concentration slowly start wearing off? Sometimes there are just a little too many projectiles coming in. For some reason, this unfairness is still kind of fun and addicting, because you feel like, maybe I can still do it. Yeah, I guess the fact that the snowmen don't kill each other anymore, that they don't have any friendly fire anymore, makes it quite a bit easier. But as you can see, it's clearly still possible, and it feels awesome when you pull it off. And I think the additional movement options with those platforms here are great as well. Doesn't feel like you're that unprotected anymore. Okay, I mean, you can get killed quite easily up there. But you can also drop down. I mean, we can keep experimenting with the level design a bit more, I guess. Because sometimes that can really have a massive impact without really having to change anything else. What if we add even better cover down here? Maybe even make it a bit asymmetrical. Just wondering what happens. Let's see. Are there any interesting strategies you can do now, or are there any exploits? I mean, you can obviously keep standing behind that wall here, but that also means that the snowmen aren't shooting each other, so it doesn't really help you all that much. I'm not sure I like this too much. We need to keep this like that so you can get up there somewhat easily. Maybe give them a 10 to 20% chance to shoot another snowman rather than the player. I mean, at the moment it really looks like they're just shooting at you, which is obviously what they're doing. So you might be right. Might be cool if they just shoot at each other a bit more. Let's try that in terms of gameplay, and if it feels nice, we can fix the arm as well. So just for funsies, let's make it a 50-50 chance. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so now they should have a 50% chance to shoot straight forward. I like the look of that. Problem is now this is a big exploit. You can just wait it out here. Ah, that is annoying. I hope we can fix that with level design, because I really don't want to code anything just for that. Maybe certain blocks cause bullets to bounce off. That sounds like a cool idea. I just don't understand which purpose that would serve. Okay, main question is, can I still get up there? No. Okay, very nice. So I can't exploit it anymore. That's good. Good, good, good. I'm not sure if the fact that shots are flying all over the place makes it easier or harder now. Maybe that's just always been hard. Can you hide down here? Yeah, you can. Dang it, we created another exploit.
Yo, this is boring. Get going.
Also, I can still hear way too many shots, so I guess what we've got to do is to disable these snowmen when we destroy them and move them away. That's gotta go in here. I hope we'll get this level into a good state. Well, we should definitely hurry up. I've already been streaming for quite a while now. Jesus. The bullets shoot from above the gun. Okay. Let's fix that. Well spotted. Because the gun position is at -70, and I'm pretty sure the bullets fly from -80. Yeah. I didn't see that. Well spotted. Well spotted. Guess we can just set that variable in the create event. And then instead of this variable, we can just use arm X and arm Y. That's probably a little more clean in terms of code. And I'm reverting that change because that hiding spot was too overpowered, too exploitable, especially when the snowmen are shooting each other automatically. Did I just see a floating, hovering gun? Oh yeah, I did see that. That is really messy code. Real spaghetti code here. Lol, YouTube magic algorithm sent me to your live video. Why the hell did that happen? Magic YouTube algorithm, tell us the reason. Why did you bring us together today? That must feel really random to appear in a live stream with a bunch of snowmen shooting each other. They don't really look like Mafia snowmen yet though. God damn it. Shall we give them hats? Who's for hats? Do you see that skill? No, why did I die? No, no, no. I mean, I didn't want to do this, but I feel like there might not be another way. Let's make projectiles a little bit slower. Just a little bit. And then reduce the spawn rate a bit, because obviously if they're slower, that means their density in the air would increase if we don't reduce their spawn rate. Because at this speed feels a little more fair to dodge them. Wouldn't say it's easy. A little more fair. Okay, let's reduce the spawn rate a bit further. Is there anything important we still wanted to do? Yeah, right, I wanted to give them hats, and then probably the most important thing that's still missing is... effects when we destroy the snowman. There was something, right. Hello? I don't understand. How's this working? No, I need to check this. Width needs to stay at 60. This is what I wanted to increase. Oopsie doopsie, and I probably pressed cancel anyway. Give them a hat. Is that what a Mafia hat looks like? Doesn't really fit to the rest of the blocky style though. So maybe we can make it a little more blocky. Oh yeah, I like that. That should probably be further down. Congrats on the release of Islanders, thank you. Oh, Danny, hey, I watch your development videos as well. Your game looks awesome as well. Hope we can play that soon. Is there already a demo out? Beautiful, I know. Game, would you be so kind and start? Or did you decide to crash? Oh yeah, it crashed, I think. Oopsie doopsie. Yeah, beautiful, that's the head. Perfect, okay. I'm glad I got that right. I just hope this will be saved when I kill Game Maker now. Oh, it doesn't even allow me to kill Game Maker, but the stream's still running. Awkward. No demo out yet. Yeah, no problem. Take your time. Yeah, physics-based games are always so fun to watch. Is that a snowman? Yeah, you got it. I wish I could show you the Mafia snowman shooting each other, but Game Maker decided to crash on me. And doesn't even allow me to close the window. Task Manager won't open. That's why you make games with Unity and not with Game Maker. RIP. Geesh. What will we do? Finally you're reacting. Do you want to exit? No, you're doing something. Are you? It finally worked. But why do we only see black screen? Okay, now OBS is playing crazy. Here we go, finally. Thank God. The Mafia Snowman. You need a lot of skill to make it through that level. Oh no, and we still have the flying guns bug when the snowmen kill each other. That is no good. Do you think the heads are an improvement, or should we remove the heads again? I'm not quite sure. I heard you said you were going to try Unity after this project, or is my memory fooling me?
Boring. Get going.
No, your memory is not fooling me. I'm gonna use Unity after this one, but I'm already quite familiar with Unity because we made Islanders in Unity as well. I just made the mistake this time to use GameMaker for a bigger project, which is not something I necessarily recommend. Obviously, it has advantages. It does not only have downsides, but it has enough downsides so that I don't want to do it again anymore. Okay, let's get rid of those stupid floating guns. Why is that happening? Let me check. Okay, whatever. I think the easiest way to fix that is probably to move that code from here to here again. Like those Mafia Snowman, yeah, I guess would be better if they had physics-based ragdolls and would fly all over the place. Would probably be a great scenario for your game. Like, it's really epic. All of the game dev YouTubers that I admire find my channel at the moment. Thin Matrix already found my channel. Then obviously, I already made a video with Tim Ruswick, which I'm already a big fan of. And then I think that was yesterday. Thomas Brush commented under one of my videos, so I'm completely in heaven now. All of my senpai noticed me. Jeez. I feel like maybe we should... I kind of like that difficulty for Rage mode, but I feel like we could maybe do some difficulty balancing real quick to test how this level would feel for a normal player when you play it on another difficulty. Let's set... let's set those variables here so we can control the difficulty a bit more easily. We have a fire chance. And then we have a projectile speed. And then we'll change those variables depending on the selected difficulty. If a global dot difficulty And now in 2 seconds somebody's gonna say, "Oh, Jonas, why are you not using switch case? Can't you see that copy-paste is just faster?" That's the answer. That's why I'm not using switch case. 1, 2, BB. Let's ignore that one for now. Oh no, while we're at it, who cares? Okay, let's reduce the speed and fire rate on lower difficulties quite substantially. And then on the highest difficulty, I don't want to increase the fire rate too much, I guess. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, see, now we can check this out on different difficulty settings. You should make a death counter. There already is one. Yeah, Thomas is awesome. I agree. See, whenever I die, we can already see the amount of deaths flickering in the background. Okay, so that is rage mode. Let's see if we can actually beat this on a lower difficulty setting now. For normal players. Yeah, that seems fair. That almost looks stupidly easy, but it's probably still hard enough. And now the opposite. Let's go. Impossible. Woo!
Oh my god, impossible difficulty. What a beautiful Christmas present. Thank you.
Those voice lines are still leftovers from the winter demo. By the way, if you want to play the winter demo, which contains a couple of levels from this game, link to that is in the description. You want to get a feel for how this plays. However, I hope I'll be able to improve on that for the final game. Yeah, so obviously this is quite hard on Impossible, but most people will probably play it on something that looks more like this, I guess. Which feels a lot fairer, just when you compare it to what we just had, it feels a little strangely slow. I still feel like the Snowman on the left win most of the time. I guess earlier the Snowman on the right won more often. Okay, but let's go back to my preferred difficulty setting. And then I guess... Really? I can't believe that's so many more projectiles. What the hell? Did I type the wrong variables in there? No, probably not. It's probably just that crazy. I almost had it. Dang it! Getting rid of those last couple of snowmen, quite a challenge. Just like getting rid of the last pieces of jelly in Candy Crush. It's the hardest part. Lol. Maybe that's just still too hard, or maybe I'm getting tired, who knows. Because there's clearly more useful stuff to do at the moment. Okay, let's just implement the final effects for killing those snowmen. We probably have some particles that we can use. Let's try going for one of the particle systems that are already implemented into the game first. And if we don't like that, then we can modify those. What do you think about coding games in Python? Actually, we did that at game school in the first semester. We coded games on a Raspberry Pi. That was quite fun because we used external little sensors to control those games. I think coding games in Python is probably fine. I have not a lot of experience with it. I don't know what kind of tools are out there. But I think it's certainly cool to make games on LED strips or crazy stuff like that. It can certainly be used for other games as well, I'm sure. A snow explosion when you destroy the snowman. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going for, yes. I just need to focus real quick, find that stupid particle effect and put it in there. Minigames, shooter. Here we can also have a bit of screen shake. Particles, screen shake, yes, please, I'll take all of that. Mafia Snowman. Guess we'll put that in event user 0. And then we'll create something like 15 particles. Let's check how that looks. Let's check. Oh, we probably want to create them a little further up. That's more the center. Rage mode looks like it's a bit harder, yeah. For story mode, I think make fire rate higher and lower HP, so the levels more quickly. Yeah. Why would you do that? Might be a good idea, but I'm curious in your reasoning behind it. Have you tried using Unreal Engine 4? You've been using it for the past 4 years? No, I've only tried it for a very short amount of time, Unreal Engine 4. Was that a Candy Crush reference? I thought you were in your 20s, not 60s. Nothing against Candy Crush. No, I mean, there's a lot to be said against Candy Crush, but I've played it. Usually when a game gets a lot of traction, I'm usually quite intrigued to try it out and see what's the big deal behind it, basically. That's why I'm also a little ashamed I haven't tried Fortnite and Apex yet. Oopsie doopsie, which... I just want to see the particle effects. I don't want to struggle. There were no particle effects. Oh. That's because I'm unfocused. Blood? I'm not sure. Blood would be cool as well, but if we do blood, then I want to do a lot of blood. And then I'm not sure if we'll destroy the age rating of the game with that. If I use Unity for my next project, are you going to try to use the new ECS stuff? Maybe. ECS is that that new coding architecture in Unity that apparently allows you to save a ton of CPU performance. Because that sounds interesting, I want to try that. If you're talking about something else, then I'm sorry, I have no idea what ECS is. I think I saw an exploding snowman there, and I think I liked it, especially the screen shake. Can we do it again? By the way, whoever said that we need to reduce the HP of those snowmen on lower difficulties was absolutely right. Let's do that. Let's do it. And then in return we can make the shots a little faster again, maybe. Okay. Okay, so here's your reasoning why you wanted to give them fewer HP, because I thought like bullets and fire rate so slow probably would take a bit of time to kill Mafia. Oh yeah, right, if they fire that slowly, then obviously it takes a lot longer for them to kill each other as well. Which means you have to replay more if you die. Good point. Good point. Yeah, I like your reasoning. Is this actually the easiest difficulty now? Yes. Oh, crazy. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. That is still hard enough with them just having one life. Come on, shoot each other. Oh no, I hope they can hit each other. they can. Nice. Very nice. By the way, how do you like the death animation of the snowman? I think it's good enough for now, probably, right? Could probably be better, but I'm afraid we're out of time. I'll be reading chat for a couple more minutes, so if there's anything you would like me to read or discuss or answer, then feel free to post it in the chat again, even if you have posted it before. I've probably missed a couple of questions here and there. And if you need some answers, then I'll be here to answer them for a bit. But other than that, I would say good progress for today. If we play the entire end section of the game now, we have to... Let's just play it. Bunch of crazy levels. Oh! How did I manage to do that? Ah, story mode. That explains everything, of course. Beep beep beep. Ah, that was a good attempt. And after 10 attempts, we should automatically be brought to the next room if we don't manage to do it. Because I don't want people to get stuck here. Oh yeah, here we go. That feels a little awkward. Maybe on higher difficulties you should have a couple more attempts. But on lower difficulties, that's pretty decent for the pacing. Let's see if we can beat this level. Oh yeah, first try. Crazy. And of course, the crazy bartender boss fight that shoots lasers out of his eyes. Let's see if we can do it. This is brutally hard as well. But I think it continues automatically if we don't beat it. But maybe I will beat it. You never know, miracles happen. See? His drink is already almost empty. Those lasers though. Jeez. Okay, sorry, I'm not paying attention to chat again. I'll just wait for a couple of questions to come in and then I'll just work through all of them at once. Does this level not continue to the next one automatically? Let's see. Let's die a couple more times. Oh no, it does. And then here we have the chill level in between. That is not really chill either, but at the very least there's not a crazy amount of flickering. Interesting. Seems like I'm already quite out of practice for this one. Can't even get past those two guys here. Oh. No! Like conveyor belt change direction. Ah, that freaking changing conveyor belt. And then after that, will I be able to do this? I would like to beat this, but can't be bothered. We have this weird level here, which feels really WTF when you first see it, probably. Correct difficulty? Yeah, okay. Okay. feel like here's a good spot. Oh no. Maybe I'm wrong. But maybe jumping back and forth between those platforms is a good strategy. Is it? Oh, I'm relatively protected here. Oh! Oh no! Come on, kill each other already! No! Okay, whatever. That was close. I like that. I'm quite happy with the level we created today. Awesome, awesome. Okay, let me see. Where do the questions start? Maybe I should have had a look at that. Okay, let's just... right here, okay. Will you port this game to Mac once you complete it? Yes, I'll try to do that. I can't promise anything. I'll see how complicated that is, and if it's not too hard, then obviously I'll do it. I mean, I think it makes sense, right? If you work on a game for 1 year, then at the least you can do is try to port it to Mac for a week or two. That feels like something that should be worth the effort. Maybe make the red snowman have red particles rather than blue? Yeah, that would make a lot of sense, I agree. I hope I'll remember that. It's cool, but if you make the particles the same color as the snowman on death, that'd be cool. Oh yeah, so basically the same suggestion. You're right, obviously. I just wonder, how long do you play music? You mean how long do I play the piano? I have no idea. I had piano lessons when I was a child, but I didn't really enjoy them a lot, and I think I just got a lot better at playing the piano in the last couple of years, because now I'm just playing for fun, almost playing every day, and I can't read notes. But I'm quite decent at improvising, because that's what's fun. Feels like a nice flowy video game, you know. Do you think the game would be fun to speedrun? I'm not sure. There's a lot of RNG in this game, so I think it's a good game for speedrunning. Or fun, yeah, I'm not sure. As I've said, if it weren't for the RNG, then it would definitely be a good game for speedrunning. Salt or sugar? Bartender, okay. Mr. Bartender, I don't get that one. Probably an inside joke or a meme that I don't understand. Jaleko, oh damn, still going. Were you gone? Are you back now? Welcome back. How was the bubbly UI for Islanders made? Was it animated through code, or were the animation frames just saved as image files? No. They are definitely animated via code, and I can't tell you for 100% certain, but I think we're using animation curves for that. So not even the default Unity animation system, but just predefined animation curves that we set in the editor, and then set the scaling of those UI elements manually whenever they are enabled or disabled. What's your thoughts on using game frameworks instead of engines? Rust. Oh, I have no idea. I've never tried that. One of my friends is a big fan of Rust as well. Like, Rust seems to be a very efficient and fast programming language, and it seems like it's a decent language for games as well, because it is that efficient. I'm afraid you're asking the wrong person here. Is this game going to get a Linux build? Yeah, I think so. As I've said, if you've been working on a game for a year or something like that, then putting in a week or two max to port it to Linux is probably worth it. I still want to port Islanders to Linux as well, if I can manage to make that happen. Unfortunately, there are still a couple of weird bugs, which is why I couldn't upload that yet. I have a question. What will you do after Will You Snail is 100% complete, including updates and stuff? Then I will hopefully make some more games with the Grizzly Boys. And this is a solo project, and Paul and Friedemann, the other two guys from Grizzly Games, pretty much have their own stuff going on as well at the moment. And as soon as Will You Snail is finished, hopefully they'll be done with their stuff as well, and we can keep making games together. Because I really, really like that team constellation. Oh, seems like my voice is giving up. What do you think about RPG Maker? I mean, more power to everything that helps people make games. RPG Maker is very specific to RPGs as far as I've seen so far, right? You can pretty much only make top-down RPGs with that. Probably you can use it for other stuff as well. But I guess that's the main purpose of that, so I guess if you're somebody who only wants to make RPG games, then it's worth learning RPG Maker. Otherwise, I would probably recommend to use something like Unity. I'm pretty sure there are awesome RPG plugins and assets for that on the asset store as well. If you just want to make a simple RPG game, you can probably make that with Unity as well, I'd assume. And in the long run, if you someday want to make something else than an RPG, then you have the option to do that. My favorite programming language. That is a weird question to ask because I only know C#, GameMaker language, and a little bit of Python. I like all three of those languages. I think they all have upsides and downsides. My personal favorite is probably C# so far. But that is because GML is a little weird. Like, one thing that's really weird about GML is that there are just no objects. And another thing that is really weird about GML is that every variable is a number. So even if you save object references or colors, they're all saved as a number. And that sometimes causes some really weird bugs where the game's not throwing an error. And in C#, usually stuff like that is a lot easier to debug. And as I said, you don't have any abstract objects in GML, which can really feel really, really weird at times. If you want to have some big abstract structures, you have to save everything into lists or arrays. That's kind of... Godot has such a good learning curve. Man, everybody keeps talking about Godot, that it's such a great program. I really, really want to check that out. Only thing is, at the moment, that I don't really have any demand for my own games, but just out of curiosity, I'd really to make a little game with Godot. So I can finally say, yes, I tried that. It's actually awesome. But so far I can't tell, haven't tried it. Crystal Balder Side Sword. Hello again. By the way, you are my inspiration to start learning coding and development, so thanks. Awesome. So glad to hear that. That's awesome. You live in Bavaria, right? Do you want to tell where in Bavaria? No, I don't want to tell. Because I appreciate people not knocking on my door, and honestly, it's probably quite easy to find out anyway. So I don't want to make it any easier than it needs to be. I prefer languages that don't force you to do OOP. What is OOP? One thing that I've just recently learned about C# is garbage collection, or maybe that's also specific to Unity. But garbage collection is a really weird issue. Like, nobody told me about it before, and if you don't pay any attention to it, then you probably create huge amounts of garbage that cause weird lag spikes, and that was an interesting experience for me because I learned that maybe 1 week, 2 weeks before the Islanders launch. Yeah. And at that point, I really wished I had a little more control over when certain variables are removed from memory and stuff like that. Do you play any other instruments? I mostly play the piano and play a couple of other easy instruments, of course, because they are easy. By the way, put off your headphones. No. Sometimes I just grab this and play around with it a little bit. But as you can tell, I'm not super good at it. OOP, object-oriented programming. Sorry, I already forgot the context in which you mentioned that earlier. Where was that? Who said something about OOP? There was something about OOP, but my brain can't remember what it was. Here, I prefer languages that don't force you to do OOP. Yeah, I guess C# forces you to do OOP, right? Maybe if you have learned Godot, you can make a small game in 6 hours? You mean a little Godot game jam? Would you like to see that? I mean, if I learn Godot, I'll obviously share my experiences and tell you what's better, GameMaker or Godot. What for a game do you want to make in future? That is an interesting question. So I definitely want to finish Will You Snail. I think that's an interesting game that I want to make. But after that, I really have no idea. I really dig the Grizzly Games approach, I think. Which is just doing very simple games, doing one thing but doing them right, more or less. I think I want to make more games like that, with a really short development cycle that really are very heavily focused around one mechanic, around one interesting mechanic. I think that's definitely something I want to play around with a bit more and see if I can make more awesome games with that. Lovely tunes. Yeah, thank you. I know. Sounds like a Titanic fail flute. Godot Wild Gem is a thing that exists. Yeah, I mean most engines host their own game gems. They probably would be stupid if they didn't. I'm pretty sure there's a GameMaker game gem as well. Do you plan to make another WoWy gem later on? You mean this year? I'm not sure. I definitely want to do more WoWy game jams, and it will probably be fun now that the community is about 5 times the size it was last time. So it would be interesting to see what happens if we do another game jam. But I think that we'll have to wait a little longer, just because it's a lot of effort to organize. And there will be more. I'd say at least, let's do it at least once per year. That sounds fun. But I can't tell for certain if there's gonna be another one this year. Because we already did one this year, you know? Am I making original music? Yes, I am. I've made most of the Islander soundtrack so far is made by me. I could show you some music that I've made. Only problem is that OBS always makes it sound a little weird. A lot of the music. When you record it with OBS, has some strange frequencies. But I guess I can show you something, and I'll see. Let's just see what we have in terms of music in here. Music. So that's the parts of the soundtrack I've already made myself. Main music. Beep, 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 beep. So yeah, I'm decent at making music. Definitely not a crazy professional, but I can make pretty okay music here. For example, that winter soundtrack for Will You Snail is also pretty nice. You're happy that your bartender idea made it into the game? Turned out lovely. Cool. Glad you like it. We just need to do fix the color scheme in that level. Or maybe we don't. I mean, it needs to look like a glitchy level, but at the moment it looks the colors look a little unintentionally bad. That's what I like to get rid of. Either make them look intentionally bad or make them look a little better. Oh, and then another one of my favorite pieces of the soundtrack is also the underwater music. That sounds a little funky. Which programs do you use to make music? I'm using Cubase. And if you would learn how to like music, I've already made a video about that. You can go check that out. It's somewhere on my channel. It's one of the recent videos where I show you my music production process with Reaper, which is a tool you can use for free. But I personally like Cubase. I don't think it makes a massive difference which program you use for making music. I'm just used to Cubase. That's why I use Cubase. Is there already a shoot double jump mechanic? Like downward shooting? Yeah, there's. You wanna see it? We can search it. Let's see if we can find it in game. Downward shooting. If I'm not mistaken, downwards shooting is first introduced in the underwater level. In one of the underwater levels, that is. Oh yeah, here, see? There's a pretty mean level as well, where you have to get rid of all of these blocks.
Come on, that shouldn't be all that hard on normal difficulty. Why are you so stupid?
Without them touching you. Oh, and we can listen to the beautiful underwater music here as well, that's awesome. See, that's basically like Candy Crush as well. Ah, damn it! Yeah, I just can't stop moving. Is there downward shooting? I think there's downward shooting in this level as well. You just need to collect the shooting downwards gun, which is located at the top of the level. I think I've actually never beaten this level just because it's so... Ah, I hate these fish. Die! Okay, sorry. I should probably not start playing again because then I can't stop. Here, see. No! Why is there another fish? You know, I have the gun for shooting upwards. And then I think later on in this level I'll get the gun for shooting downwards. Dang it, I was out of jumps there. Nothing I could do. Yeah, awesome, awesome. Oh, I just saw this level looks great. I have no idea which level you're talking about, but I'll take it. You're going to head off now. Had a great time. Awesome. Thanks for stopping by. How hard is it to think out? That sentence doesn't make any sense. How hard is it to come up with ideas for platform games? Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of platformer games already out there. I think your friends are not wrong. It's very hard to come up with original ideas for platformer games. And I would definitely advise anybody to make another road-of-the-mill platformer with a couple of enemies where you have to jump on their heads. And, you know, we don't need another Mario, or we don't need another... Just another skill-based platformer. I think if you make another platformer, you should you need to try really, really hard to make it interesting. I definitely agree on that. It's quite a challenge. I think what's probably a good way to go about this is to try to find something that differentiates your game from all of the other games. Or at the very least to specify your idea until it's one of a kind. If you have some cool mechanic that no other game uses so far, that's a way to do it. I mean, there are a lot of ways to differentiate yourself. You just need to, I guess you really need to make sure that your game's different. That is the case for every game, but especially for platformers. He made a video on making game ideas. Yeah, I can recommend that as well. If that's something you're struggling with at the moment, then that's probably a good place to start my video on how to come up with game ideas. You'll be off too? Awesome, awesome. I want to make an addicting game which goes viral. Is that what I said when I started making Will You Snail, right? Or where's that coming from? This game looks cool. Thank you, Cathead. I appreciate that. My butt design video. Yeah, that is quite nice for getting ideas as well. I agree. Jaleco, you're also making a platformer. Yeah, but Jaleco, you have some good ideas for platformers. I feel like at the very least, the game you made in the WoWie game jam was pretty epic, because you had that balloon mechanic and you had that shotgun mechanic, where there were a lot of cool interactions, and also your art style was kind of unique. So in your case, I think there was a pretty decent attempt of making a platformer. So I guess I'm not too concerned about your platformer game. And a 3D game. What about a 3D game? Yeah, I said that about Will You Snail, yeah. I remember that. Back then, I thought this would just be maybe, I don't know, a 2-week project where I just put something crazy together. A crazy little rage game with a lot of crazy colors. But I liked it too much to finish it. I wanted to keep working on it. And what can I say? Now it has about 70 levels. You're about to release a game too on Steam. You have it on stream already? I'm pretty nervous. Oh man, I can understand that. How's the game called? Let me check out the Steam store page on stream if you want. I can give you some feedback. Yeah, it's not buyable yet, but the store page is already up, right? Send the link. Send the link. Ah, would you like to make a 3D game? Is Islanders not a 3D game? Does that not qualify as a 3D game? Also, I've made 3D games for game jams before. If you check out my games on itch.io, for example, Overcharge is a 3D game, or Robberos, where you have to sacrifice your limbs in order to jump and hit switches, is a 3D game. I like making 3D games. There's nothing wrong with making 3D games. Oh, level design is the worst thing holding me back. Why is that? Level design is so fun. Okay, seems like we're out of things to talk about. Jacob, if you want, you have a couple more seconds to send me the Steam link to your game so I can show it on stream, but you can also send me the link on Discord if you want. I'd really like to check it out. Maybe it can help you out a bit. Okay, I guess we'll just end the stream here. I want to thank you for watching. Hope you have an amazing day. Hope you had fun. Oh my god. For how long have you been streaming? That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, yeah, I've got to go. Cool that you were here for that long. Awesome. Bye-bye.